evening. Are you participating or thinking about participating in this year's NaNowrimo? Well, if you are, stay tuned for the end of the video. I'm going to be announcing a special giveaway. What's the scariest part about Halloween? It's that it's the last day before Nano starts, of course. For anybody out there who doesn't know what Nano is kind of the shortened version of NaNowrimo, and that stands for National Novel Writing Month, which takes place every November, and participants try to write a 50,000 word rough draft of a novel in 30 days, which is terrifying, but it's kind of fun at the same time. But maybe you're a bundle of nerves about Nano like I am, and maybe you're having horrific anxiety-induced nightmares about Nano like I am. Calm the hell down, China. But I've been doing this writing thing for a decent amount of time now. Actually, it's almost a year exactly that I've been writing. I've finished a rough draft of my very first novel, which ended up being almost 70,000 words in that time. I also did a second draft of that, and I now have it out to critique partners so that I can do a third draft. So I've actually done a pretty decent amount of this, and you might say I've developed some coping mechanisms for dealing with high-stress things like Nano as a result. So I'm going to be sharing those with you today. The first and actually the biggest thing that I found is really helpful with dealing with really intense writing tasks like Nano, where it's a prolonged thing, is making it into a game. And you might ask me, China, it's already a game. What do you mean make it a game? It's already a game, and the prize you get is a PDF of a certificate that you have to print yourself if you happen to get 50,000 words. And what I mean by making it a game is make every little tiny task into a game that you get to win along the way to the big win, so that it doesn't seem quite as grueling. And that makes it a little bit more manageable. Now, with this, I have a couple different ways that I do this, and I have 3 different names for them, 2 of which are self-explanatory, and the last one you're gonna be like, the flip does that have to do with writing? But the first one I do is I utilize rewards, and we're gonna talk about how I do that without having a bunch of unhealthy food or expensive rewards, and penalties, which sounds a little BDSM-y, but we're gonna roll with it. And the last one, which is chore circuits. I can't talk tonight. We're just gonna keep going though. Anyway, we're gonna talk about those. We're gonna start off by talking about rewards first. All right, so rewards. Just like what they sound, just small rewards throughout the day that help keep you going and gets words on the page. So the first goal marker that I employ is 100-word goals. I have a daily to-do list that I make up. This is for all times, regardless of whether it's Nano or Camp Nano or whatever. And it's segmented into mornings, at work, evenings, and extra. And during Nano or Camp Nano, what I will do is make sure that at least 2 of each 5 items that's in each section contains 100-word goals, so that in the end, as long as I do each of those 100-word goals, I have at least 800 words done by the end of the day. And oddly enough, I find it rewarding to check those off my to-dos. So to me, it gives me a little bit of a kick throughout the day where I'm like, oh, I got to check something off the list. What I also do with those 100-word goals is I reward myself with tea. I really enjoy different types of tea, especially like ones from Teavana or something that are dessert type teas. I've got a reishi chocolate tea that I really like right now that is actually really good for your immune system too, because it has reishi mushrooms in it. And I won't reward myself with tea from like going to Starbucks. I'll just use 1 tea bag, which costs me about 25 cents. Won't make me fat, won't make me have to use sugar or anything, because I don't use teas that I have to sweeten. And that's my little reward. I get to have a nice hot beverage when it's cold and lousy out, and I get to taste something that tastes good. So that's my small goal reward. That doesn't cost me a lot of money, and it isn't unhealthy. The second goal marker that I have is my 1,000-word goal. And with this one, I tell myself that if I get 1,000 words done by the time I leave work, so that includes my morning word sprints and any breaks that I have during work. If I get 1,000 words done by the time I leave work, then when I first get home, I don't have to write until I have had an hour break to spend with my hubby. We get to watch a show or something so we don't get behind on our shows during November. And he doesn't feel neglected, and I don't feel like I'm not getting any time with him. So that is my second goal of the day that I have the ability to achieve if I do my words. The third goal is that if I reach my actual word count goal for the day, the minimum, which is 1,667 words approximately, then I get to go on here and make a video vlog and brag that I actually hit my goal and that I'm not getting behind, which feels pretty good. And again, there's no calories in that. In fact, there's probably calories burned because I'm sitting here being all full of anxiety about talking to you people. But anyway, we're moving on. The last goal that I have that's on a daily basis is my 500 words or more over the minimum word count goal. Now, if I get 500 words or more over my minimum goal of 1,667 words, then I get to give myself a treat that isn't necessarily healthy, like cookies or nachos. Let's be honest, it's always going to be nachos because I crave cheese over sugar like 9 times out of 10 because I'm weird like that. But anyway, basically this ends up preventing me from over snacking because it's pretty hard for me to actually get 500 words or more over the minimum during weekdays. On the weekends when I don't have work, it's pretty easy. So it pretty much regulates me to only having that junk food snack on the weekends when it's pretty easy for me to get 500 words more than the minimum. And it encourages me to want to get that and get ahead, which works really well. The next thing we're going to be talking about is penalties, which sounds really weird. Now, I know that sounds really weird, but bear with me. I give myself small penalties to basically encourage myself to not want to slack off. It's not like really bad things. I'm not like being weird and masochistic or something. And I really only use 2 penalties. So if I don't reach my word count by the end of the day, I have to confess it on my daily vlogs with a V on this channel, which is humiliating and I hate it, and I cannot tell you how often I almost went to bed during Camp Nano without finishing my words for the day, and then I remembered I'd have to confess it the next day on my vlog, and I got my butt out of bed, and I might have looked terrible in those videos because I was all ready for bed. I had my hair all up in a messy bun, and no, it was bad. But that really works for me because even though I don't think anybody out there is gonna like shame me or anything, to me it feels icky to try to just be lazy instead of doing it and then having to say that I didn't do it. The second penalty that I give, which is actually one that's a little bit more of a punishment, like actually a punishment, is if I don't reach my word count by the end of the day, I have to set my alarm for a half hour to an hour earlier until I get caught up on my words. So if I do fall behind, I'm going to be real encouraged to get up extra early the next day, get my words caught up so that I don't have to keep getting up earlier for the successive days until I'm caught up. So that's the other penalty I give myself. So nothing too bad or weird, but they work for me. Maybe you could explore your own options for those things. Now, the last thing we're going to talk about is what I call chore circuits, which sounds like they have nothing to do with writing, but we're going to delve into that in a minute. All right, so chore circuits. One of the biggest problems that I tend to run into, because I'm the main person in charge of keeping my house running, is that if I'm focusing too much on writing or some other hobby I have, then my house tends to fall into disarray. And then I end up sitting there staring at my keyboard, not actually getting writing done because I'm busy thinking about how guilty I am that there are 3 loads of dishes in the sink and I have no clothes to wear the next day because I haven't done laundry in a week. So what I do is chore circuits that incorporate writing sprints, but also keeps my house from falling into disrepair. So the first one that I do is the laundry dishes writing sprint chore circuit. So what I start out with is before I do anything, and before I start this, it's about an hour long, sprint, or not sprint, but circuit. hour-long circuit. So what I start out with is first thing in the hour, I go and I load a load of laundry into the laundry machine, which usually takes about 50 minutes to an hour to finish going through. Then I put a load of dishes into the sink and I let them soak with hot water. Then I do a 20-minute word sprint. And as soon as that 20 minutes is up, I go right to the dishes. I wash them as quickly as I possibly can. Usually it takes me about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how caked on things are. I stick them in the dishwasher, and within 5 to 10 minutes, I do one more 20-minute writing sprint. By the time that is over, my load of laundry is ready to be transferred. And in the end, I end up with a load of laundry that is in the dryer and being dried. I usually start another load in the washer as well if I have multiple loads at that time. And I've got one load of laundry done, I've got one load of dishes done, and I usually have anywhere between 1,000 to 1,200 words written because I've had two 20-minute word sprints. So that works out really well for me. The second one that I do is the floors laundry writing. In case you can't tell, my house has a lot of laundry. That's why I have multiple sprints with laundry in them. But anyway, this one's a little bit easier because I just start out with loading up the laundry, then I do a 20-minute word sprint, then I take 20 minutes in between after the word sprint to take a break, and I vacuum all the floors in the upstairs and I sweep the kitchen. Then I go right back to another 20-minute word sprint, and by the end of that I'm ready to transfer the laundry again. So that's what I do, and it really helps keep the house to where it isn't a disaster zone, but I'm still getting writing done. And both of those usually end up with me having about 1,000 to 1,200 words done within that hour, as well as not all these chores to worry about and feel stressed over. Now, with this, kind of a bonus way that you can not be so scared of Nano and make it a little bit more fun instead of panicking about it is just remember, nobody's got a gun to your head. You don't absolutely have to hit the 50,000 words. Maybe you benefit from pretending that maybe there is somebody with a gun to your head. That's a little weird, but I'm not gonna judge you. But you gotta remember, realistically, it's not the end of the world if you don't get your 50,000 words. As long as you get more words on the page than you would have if you hadn't participated, then it's still a win. Aside from that, just don't stress over it. Try not to. If you're like me and you're gonna stress anyway, then just go on with your bad selves. But anyway, that's enough of my rambling. We're now gonna get on to me announcing the giveaway that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. All right, so I'm done rambling. We are on to the giveaway. So the items I will be giving away are these two lovely writing items. Now these will be a package deal. These are not two separate prizes. These will be going together. Now, since the first 2 days of Nano still fall within Samhain, I thought it would be great to have some kind of Celtic themed prize. So I got this lovely blank book. I am not sure if it's a vegan 100%. I am pretty sure it's fake leather because the back does not specifically say it's real leather, and usually they tend to brag about that. But I'm pretty sure it's vegan friendly. And then this lovely little bookmarker that goes with it and kind of matches. So that is my giveaway item. All you have to do to participate is to stay on track for the first 3 days of Nano. That is the point of this giveaway, is to help encourage you to stay on track and not get behind with the first couple days of Nano, because those are really important. I really think they are. So with this, as long as you hit 5,000 words or more by November 3rd, then you qualify to enter in this giveaway. All you'd have to do is honor system it. You're going to be put in a comment in one of my videos that says, I hit my 5,000 words or 6,000 words or however many words you did. You may as well just put the actual word count that you got. And as long as it's over 5,000 words, you qualify. I will be sending you a thumbs up to let you know I did get your comment and that you have been entered into the drawing. And I will be announcing the winner of that giveaway on Monday, the 5th. I would do it on Sunday, but I want to make sure to give everybody in time zones a chance to get their things in and all that fun stuff. And also because I don't usually shoot videos on Sunday, I usually do Mondays or Thursdays and stuff. So anyway, those are the terms. That's all you have to do to participate for this lovely blank book and this lovely bookmarker, and I would send it to you. I will figure out how we will arrange to get it to you. We will figure that out at that time, and we will go from there. Aside from that, that's the exciting part. I'm going to let you go. Oh, there was one more thing I forgot to mention, and I don't want to shoot this again because I've shot it like 5 times. You do not have to subscribe to my channel to participate in this giveaway. This is absolutely not a rule. All you have to do is comment with your 5,000 words or more numbers in the comments below to participate and enter. It's it's really just that I'm trying to give an extra incentive and something that might arrive on your doorstep partway through Nano that will help encourage you once you start getting a little worn out on Nano. That just seems like a good thing to do, and that just seems like fun to me. So that's the point of this. I don't care if you subscribe or not. If you do, cool, if you like these videos. If not, it's not necessary. You can absolutely participate. And that is the end of that, because that just went off the rails again. But that's okay. We're not doing this again because I'm done. I hope you guys have a great night, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.